Hello and welcome. You should know that you are a miracle. In fact, you are the most important miracle. The Bible tells us in Psalms 139, verses 13 through 14, that we are wonderfully made. Why the wonder? Why does the scripture use the word wonder in that verse? I humbly surrender to you that the scripture is using the term wonder is because there's nothing or anyone else like you in this world. You are uniquely made and developed. No one in the world has experienced life quite like you. Unique because there was a plan and a reason for your coming into this world. Look, you are as unique as your fingerprint. However, who you really are in soul and spirit is more permanent than your fingerprint. More permanent because one day your flesh shall fade away and deteriorate. But who you really are, the eternal you, the you that unlike your fingerprint shall be forever. That person was uniquely made by God. You can't begin to experience the ultimate benefit of relationships until you begin to understand and accept that reality. See, the reality of who you are and who I am is not limited to a single event. It is not limited to a single occasion in life where you experienced a peak experience. You are the substance of your peak experiences. You're the reason that you dream good dreams. If you've ever had a dream that was so wonderful that you didn't want to awake, you wanted to stay there a while, I'm here to submit to you that in that dream, you were discovering the eternal you. The you that you often hide from during your conscious hours. The you that you hide from in institutions such as religion or whatever it might be. The you that you hide from in relationships. That you wants to express itself. It wants to bless you and someone else. But until you begin to master the information that I'm conveying to you, you will not enjoy the optimum value of your relationships. Look, when God made Adam, God turned around and looked upon Adam and stated that it is not good for man to be alone. Now, I know that many religious people like to infer marriage in that idea, and there's nothing wrong with that idea or that institution. However, God was speaking to something far more grand. He was speaking to a need that Adam had not yet discovered, a need that Adam could not possibly discover alone. Therefore, it was not good for him to be alone. Where are we going with this? I want to emphasize the nature of reality within the confines of a relationship. Because once you get a hold of this, you're going to come to understand that you have the power, the innate ability to develop whatever you want within the confines of a good relationship. Look, if you are in a good relationship, know this: it is you who drew the person. If that person is wonderful, then they were simultaneously attracting you. The thing that you were and are looking for was and yet is looking for the greater you, which is the only you. I have observed over the years, and research has supported it, and many of you would probably agree, that people often hide behind symbols, their cars, their homes, fashion statements, the labels on their jackets, the labels on their shoes. And there's nothing wrong with fashion, but it is terribly detrimental when it becomes your idol. When you begin to identify yourself by something outside yourself, you have missed the greater point of the reality of you. I often ask people, who are you? And they respond by telling me what it is they do in life. The question was not, what do you do in life? The question is and was, who are you? If you really know who you are, then you realize whatever you accomplished in your profession that you want to talk about rather than answer the question, whatever it is that you accomplished in that profession was a result of who you are. It cannot define you. You are greater than the profession you defined. If you don't know that, take a look at famous celebrities. See the wonderful things they've accomplished in life. Then look at their home lives. I won't call any names, but you've seen them stream across the television every year, having done things that were embarrassing to their families, having been led off to prison in handcuffs, having had all the material wealth and popularity that one could possibly wish to be bestowed upon oneself, and yet fell to the ridicule of the world due to their poor values. Now, a question becomes, what brings that about? Essentially, the common denominator is a loss of the understanding of self, the inability to define who you really are. You're not that profession. You may have a famous name, but you're greater than that. You may not be famous, and you're yet greater than the thing to which you hope to acquire fame. Whatever avenue that is in which you hope to acquire success and fame, you're greater than that. In this book, my latest book, Ascend to the Secret Place, I'm going to read a quote from that book, and I hope that it will bless you. Taken from the chapter entitled Discover the Secret, page 126. Trust that the miracle is done. Do you want to know what the miracle is called? Then call your name. You are that miracle. Where is it found? It is found within the reflection of yourself. I earlier alluded to the fact that we are wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made. I also referred to the fact that God, after making Adam, looked upon Adam and said it was not good for man to be alone. Well, there was a lot going on there, and it wasn't just a question of matching one person with another. The benefit is what develops and grows out of the relationship. Adam could not effectively know Adam without the relationship with Eve. Eve could not effectively know Eve without her relationship with Adam. You cannot effectively know yourself or live at the elevation of your calling separate of relationship. Your relationship with God, your relationship with yourself. The understanding of why you were purposed in this world by God, and your ability to understand and walk in that purpose is your miracle. There's something that you can do like no one else can do in this world. It is as unique as your fingerprint. Oh, there are many people who can walk in your profession, but no one can perform that thing that you are called to do in the magnificent way that you can. And I am here to encourage you to listen closely to what is said to you in your personal relationships. Listen to see when that is repeated by someone else who may or may not be in a relationship with you. But the gist of your calling is going to be recognized by people that you are in a close relationship with. That's your secret. That is the secret of the miracle of you. Until we meet again, it's Barry Hamdani, the Relationship Messenger.